Welcome to FlyEaglesFly News, where Eagles fans get the latest, fastest, and hottest updates. Hit subscribe and fly high with us. The buzz around the league grew even louder today after a major rep. Word from ESPN shook the NFL community, sending shockwaves through social media and igniting a wildfire of speculation among analysts and fans alike. According to the outlet, the Philadelphia Eagles have officially confirmed interest in Justin Simmons, the former All-Pro safety who unexpectedly found himself available on the open market. And let me tell you, my friends, when a player of Simmons' caliber hits free agency without warning, it's the kind of moment that changes the entire league's temperature. This isn't just another storyline. This is the type of rumor that energizes a fan base and leaves executives scrambling to piece together what it might mean for the future of their roster. The Eagles, known for aggressive roster construction and a willingness to pounce on elite defensive talent, suddenly appear front and center on a move that would reshape their secondary. People close to the team claim the internal conversations have been going on for days, long before today's confirmation surfaced, and now the discussion has spilled into the public space with fans dissecting every angle. As the rumor mill spins faster, the anticipation grows, and we're left wondering whether this could be the next blockbuster moment in Philadelphia's bold defensive identity. And while nothing is set in stone yet, insiders suggest the Eagles have been monitoring Simmons for quite some time, intrigued not just by his athleticism, but by his intelligence, leadership qualities, an uncanny ability to change the momentum of a game with a single snap. This isn't just about filling a position. It's about injecting the defense with a presence that carries weight both on and off the field. Simmons has long been praised for his reading of offenses and for being one of the most reliable safeties in the league when it comes to tackling, coverage, and communication. The moment ESPN confirmed that the Eagles were in the mix, fan speculation erupted across every corner of social media, with theories ranging from potential contract structures to wild predictions about how he would fit into the defensive scheme. Some even claim that certain players inside the locker room have already reached out privately, trying to gauge Simmons' interest in joining a team that prides itself on toughness and defensive grit. The timing of these rumors couldn't be more intriguing, especially considering the whispers that the Eagles have been preparing for a major secondary overhaul. Every sign points to something big brewing behind the scenes, and this confirmation has only added fuel to a rumor that refuses to die down. What makes this situation even more compelling is the uncertainty around why exactly Simmons remains on the market at this stage, especially given his track record as a consistent top-tier performer. League insiders have speculated everything from contract value debates to philosophical shifts within organizations, but no one seems to have a definitive answer. That mystery adds a layer of intrigue to the narrative, making the possibility of him landing in Philadelphia all the more fascinating. The Eagles have a reputation for capitalizing on unique situations and taking advantage of moments where other teams hesitate, and this could be another one of those classic moves where they strike at the perfect time. As the rumor spreads, analysts are already debating how Simmons would fit into the defensive backfield alongside the current roster, suggesting that his versatility could give the Eagles the freedom to experiment with more complex coverages. Those kinds of discussions only intensify the sense that something deeper is happening. Every insider who has spoken publicly maintains the same cautious tone, saying the interest is real but the outcome is still uncertain, leaving room for even more speculation and excitement from the fan base. All of this creates an atmosphere buzzing with anticipation, as though everyone is waiting for the next headline to drop to make things even more dramatic. Reports indicate that the Eagles' front office has been unusually active, with internal meetings and personnel discussions happening at a pace that suggests a major acquisition could be on the horizon. Sources close to the situation hint that Simmons' availability has been a constant topic behind closed doors, sparking debates about scheme fit, contract strategy, and long-term defensive planning. What fans are picking up on and what insiders are quietly confirming is that this isn't one of those passing rumors that disappears after a day or two. This one has weight, momentum, and a sense of inevitability to it, as though the league is collectively holding its breath, waiting for the Eagles to make their next move. And with Simmons' reputation as a locker room leader, people are already imagining the impact he could have on younger players and the tone he could set for the defense as a whole. The intrigue surrounding his next destination is growing with each passing hour, And Philadelphia's involvement only amplifies the storyline. The team has built a reputation for boldness, and this rumor fits perfectly within that identity, keeping fans glued to their screens and refreshing updates incessantly. As the narrative continues to evolve, several analysts have pointed out that the Eagles' interest aligns with their ongoing effort to maintain a defense capable of competing at the highest level. Simmons brings the kind of instincts, range, and veteran command that defensive coordinators dream about, and that alone makes him one of the most valuable free agents still available. What's intensifying this rumor even further is how quiet Simmons' camp has been. No public statements, no leaked preferences, no hints of negotiation details, nothing but silence. And in the NFL world, silence often speaks louder than anything else, sparking theories that a significant conversation is happening behind the scenes, possibly involving a team that likes to keep its moves discreet until everything is finalized. With the Eagles fitting that description perfectly, fans are now leaning into the idea that this quiet stretch could actually be a sign that discussions are already far more advanced than anyone is willing to admit publicly. It's all speculation, of course, but the kind that keeps the rumor mill spinning at full speed. This entire situation has created an energy that feels almost cinematic. Fans, reporters, analysts, and former players are all weighing in, each adding layers of speculation to a story that grows more dramatic by the hour. The idea of Justin Simmons joining the Eagles has taken on a life of its own, evolving from a whisper into a full-fledged storm of conversation across the sports community. What stands out most is how natural the fit seems when you break down the defensive style, the organizational philosophy, and the team's need for a high-impact safety capable of anchoring the back end. The story remains in flux, with new hints and subtle confirmations trickling out. But the overarching theme is undeniable. Something significant is unfolding. Whether it materializes into a blockbuster signing or simply remains one of the loudest off-season rumors, it's clear this narrative isn't fading anytime soon. And as long as ESPN, insiders, and team-connected sources continue feeding the storyline, fans will remain locked in, waiting for the moment when speculation turns into a headline that changes everything in Philadelphia. The momentum surrounding this rumor has only intensified as more subtle signs point to something brewing beneath the surface, and insiders continue hinting at movements that sound anything but random. What really has fans electrified right now is the belief that the Eagles might not just be interested, but actually positioning themselves for a strategic push to secure Justin Simmons before any other contender jumps into the race. Talk around league circles suggests that Philadelphia sees this as an opportunity too valuable to slip away, especially considering how seamlessly Simmons' skill set matches their defensive goals. Analysts have begun dissecting film clips, not because a deal is imminent, but because people genuinely believe the possibility has grown serious enough to warrant breaking down how Simmons would immediately elevate the secondary. It's become one of those rare rumors that captures every element of the offseason cycle: uncertainty, excitement, analysis, and whispers from sources who rarely speak unless something meaningful is unfolding behind closed doors. As speculation continues climbing, fans are entering that stage where hope starts blending with expectation, and every vague hint from anyone connected to the situation feels like another chapter building toward a plot twist. Adding even more intrigue to the conversation is the belief that Simmons himself may be quietly evaluating his options with more intention than people realize. Those familiar with his approach describe him as methodical, deliberate, and unwilling to rush big decisions, especially those that shape the next chapter of his career. That kind of patience can create pressure for teams trying to move quickly, but it also suggests Simmons is taking a close look at which organizations give him the best chance to maximize both his impact and his long-term legacy. And this is where Philadelphia's name keeps resurfacing in rumor circles, because the Eagles are known for providing a strong structure, a competitive roster, and an environment where defensive stars are encouraged to take command. This adds a layer of depth to the narrative, painting a picture of a player and team who may be quietly orbiting closer together. Fans are already imagining how Simmons' presence could anchor a defense trying to reestablish its dominance, and that kind of anticipation only amplifies the excitement. The silence from Simmons' camp remains one of the most compelling aspects of the entire storyline, fueling theories that conversations may already be deeper than publicly acknowledged. What keeps this rumor alive is the sheer consistency of the chatter, the kind that doesn't fade but instead evolves. gaining new angles and interpretations as more voices join the discussion. Some insiders have suggested that the Eagles are exploring contract scenarios that would allow flexibility while still showing Simmons the respect his resume deserves. And even though none of this is confirmed, the mere idea of Philadelphia working quietly behind the scenes reinforces their reputation as a franchise that moves with intention, especially when it comes to acquiring high-level defensive talent. The fanbase is becoming increasingly vocal as imaginations run wild, envisioning Simmons making game-changing plays, mentoring younger defensive backs, and giving the defense an identity boost that feels both overdue and perfectly timed. The possibility of pairing him with an already aggressive defensive mindset has become a topic of constant debate, fueling speculation videos, late-night discussions, and endless comments across social media. It's rare for a rumor to build such organic momentum, but this one has tapped into something deeper, combining timing, need, and opportunity in a way that feels almost scripted. FlyEaglesFly News. Family smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. What's fascinating is how this storyline has begun to shift from mere speculation into something that resembles a developing saga, complete with twists, tension, and the sense that new information could drop at any moment. Fans who follow the Eagles closely know the team's front office has a habit of striking unexpectedly, often after periods of silence or misleading calm. And that history is now coloring how people interpret every rumor connected to Simmons. Some analysts believe the team might be preparing to reallocate resources to prioritize safety play, while others think Simmons' availability has simply accelerated a plan that was already in motion. Regardless of which interpretation is closest to the truth, the overarching sentiment remains the same. The Eagles are lurking in this conversation with purpose, and that mere presence is enough to keep fans invested. Every small detail, whether it's a brief insider comment, a cryptic social media post, or a speculative segment on sports shows, adds another thread to an already rich narrative. The excitement is building not because a deal is guaranteed, but because the possibility feels increasingly plausible with every passing rumor. The beauty of this moment is how unpredictable it feels, as if the league is collectively watching a move that could reshape not just the team's secondary, but the entire landscape of the safety market. Players of Simmons' caliber rarely sit on the open market without intense competition, and that mystery is now part of the allure. Why is he still available? What are teams waiting for? What is he waiting for? Those questions echo across sports talk shows and social media pages, adding a sense of suspense that fuels the rumor cycle even more. For Philadelphia, this uncertainty could become an advantage. The team has been known to act decisively when other franchises hesitate, and this rumor fits perfectly into that narrative. Fans are picturing Simmons wearing midnight green, watching highlight edits, imagining how he'd complement the existing roster, and debating just how transformative his presence could be. And the more people visualize it, the more real the possibility begins to feel. It's the kind of off-season storyline that makes every day feel like the build-up to a major reveal. As the conversation reaches its peak, the sense of anticipation surrounding Simmons and the Eagles has reached a point where fans are refreshing updates constantly, waiting for the slightest shift in tone or wording from insiders. The rumor has become more than speculation. It's become an event, a storyline that now lives in the collective imagination of a fanbase eager for a defining defensive addition. And while no official announcement has been made, the buzz continues to build on its own momentum, proving how powerful a rumor can become when timing, need, and opportunity collide. Whether Simmons ultimately chooses Philadelphia or simply continues evaluating options, the impact of this narrative is already clear. It has energized fans, sparked debates, and created a wave of excitement that refuses to fade. And until the moment a decision becomes public, the rumor will live on as one of the most captivating off-season developments, one that leaves everyone wondering if the next headline could be the one that confirms everything fans have been hoping for. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.